Cleveland Browns have been the NFL's biggest laughingstock for a while now. I mean, they just named grandfather Joe Flacco as their starter. Like, their fans deserve better. Which is why Coach RBT is stepping in to rebuild this Cleveland Browns organization with the hopes of bringing them their first ever Super Bowl. It's not going to be an easy journey though, because this team is garbage. So we start today's journey off as a 79 overall team with a 79 offense, 81 defense. So again, safe to say we have a lot of work to do. So the first big decision is what we do at the quarterback position. Like, do we go ahead and start Shedeur Sanders, who's only a 67, or do we start Joe Flacco since he started in real life? Absolutely not going to be starting Deshaun Watson, so you don't have to worry about that. The one thing we do have to worry about with him, outside of some other things, is like, what do we do with his contract? Because his cap hit this year is $36 million. Next year, it's $80 million. So like, do I go ahead and just get rid of him and take the penalty now? Because it's probably a massive, massive penalty. We'll save that decision for another time. Also, at the running back position, I think the smart thing to do is just go ahead and start one of these rookies. Jerome Ford, I might even just go ahead and trade him away. Maybe get a late round pick this upcoming season. But I feel like the best thing to do right now, because his team is absolutely not competing in year number one, is just give the youngsters some playing time. Now, the sad thing about this team's offense, man, is like there might only be 2, maybe max 3 players that I have in my long-term plans. Everybody else is expendable. At least there is more promise on the defensive side of things, obviously led by 99 overall Myles Garrett, which the one thing that does worry me is that he is already 29 years old, so he is going to slowly but surely start to go down in overall every single season. He is signed to the team for the next 6 seasons, so that's a positive, but I just don't know how high his overall will be at the end of the decade. Now, outside of Myles, obviously, I think it's safe to say Mason Graham and Schweinsteiger here look to be the 2 faces of the future of this defense, but hopefully we can win a Super Bowl before it gets too bad. I'm not gonna lie, dude, just looking at all the holes that we have on this team, man, it's stressing me out. Good news is that we do have multiple first-round picks for this upcoming draft, so that is gonna be massive for the rebuild of the squad. We're not gonna be trading away any draft picks here to start things off. Maybe in future years, we trade some draft picks for some talent, but right now, we're gonna focus on the draft. Maybe even try to acquire some more draft picks here. Like, do I do it? Do I go ahead and get rid of Deshaun? Like, would anybody even want him? We're getting offered something. Nothing, too insane. Let's find a team that needs a quarterback, which the Los Angeles Rams do. Like, maybe he's the quarterback of the future for them. Let's see what they would be willing to offer me. They also have 2 first-round picks, but I mean, I'm assuming, that's just never in a million years going to happen. What about your third-round pick for Deshaun Watson? Not even close. What if I traded up, though? One of these 5th-round selections, or maybe both of these 7ths. How about this? Still declined. How about that 5th that we have? We officially just traded Deshaun Watson to the Rams for a 5th and 3rd-round pick swap. Next player that I do want to trade away to try to get something for him is Jerome Ford. He's on an expiring contract. We're going to start these youngsters like we already explained, but he doesn't really seem like a hot commodity. I know the Cowboys could use themselves a talented running back again. I'll just take a 3rd-round pick, although it's probably not going to happen. Or it does. I mean, Jerry Jones has been stupid before. Now, is there anybody else not in my long-term plans that I would like to try to up front get some decent draft pick for? Like, the one player that I'm thinking is Wyatt Teller. He has 1 year left on his contract. He's not going to start for us, and for some reason has a superstar. So I feel like that alone might help us get something half decent in return. Like, a young player would be great. Like, Dax Hill is solid, not gonna lie, although our cornerback room isn't the worst in the world. I mean, I honestly might try to find myself a young receiver. I mean, the Cowboys obviously aren't hitting it off with Jerome Ford already. I mean, these offers are actually pretty promising, so what I'm gonna do is manually try and go and find some young receiver because our room is terrible. Ooh, the Packers are interested. Jaden Reed or Romeo Doubs could definitely be an interesting addition. They have young Matthew Golden, so maybe they're willing to part ways with one of these guys. I'd rather get Jaden Reed, although I don't know if it's really that possible here. We're gonna try it though. Send it out there in the universe. It's actually so close to being accepted. We are going to one way or another find a way to bring a new #1 receiver to Cleveland. Although Judy might have something to say about that. Who's another old fellow that I can flip in this deal? Maybe Shelby Harris here. Is that enough? Yes, it is. That is insane, my friends. So pretty freaking happy with how things went this preseason. Even though we only acquired 1 player, we did bring the teams overall up to 80. Now, I do think for the betterment of the team for the future, I do want to go ahead and see if Shedeur can lead this franchise. If they suck, maybe that's just enough for us to move on at the end of the season, but at least give him a little trial run here. But before we get into this first season, there is one more bit of business that I do want to attend to. Are there any free agents here that I feel like could potentially help this team long term? And pretty much every talented free agent is in their late 20s, early 30s, mid 30s, but the one player I could potentially eye here is Asante Samuel. I mean, I know I already told you cornerback isn't the biggest need for the squad, but when a young, promising player is out there for free, might as well sign him up. Maybe he can turn into something half decent for us. Now, also, my big question is, do we go ahead and sign Christian Wilkins? Now, he's 29, might not necessarily fit our timeline, but when you're a bad team and you have a 92 overall player just sitting out there, why wouldn't you jump at the opportunity to lock him up? That was a little wild, I know, and we'll have to play with a little bit how our lineup's going to look on defense now, but I do want to make sure there's nobody else out there I do want to sign. Again, everybody at this point's pretty much old. As a Titans fan, no, I am not signing Treylon Burks. And the thing is, I want to make sure that Mason Graham still gets some playing time this year, so I have to mess around with some of the specialist positions. Maybe Mason Graham can be our rush D tackle this season. Well, I was about to go ahead and get going, but apparently we got a trade offer for Jenkins. They're offering me Boy Mafe. What in the world? I mean, I might as well jump, the opportunity here. I don't know why they're offering for him. Promising edge rusher and some picks in 2028. Don't mind if I freaking do. I mean, that was definitely an unexpected addition to the starting 11, but you best believe I'm not asking questions. Got the squad up to an 81 with the 80 offense and 84 defense. So after all of that, I think it is officially time, boys. Into our first season, led by Shedeur Sanders himself. Again, we are not expecting much whatsoever this first season. Honestly, I'd rather do bad than good, so I want to get ourselves a top pick, and maybe at that point, get our quarterback of the future if Shedeur is not good. But fellas, this is just the start. Just the start of what's going to be a long, long journey. So if I'm being completely honest, 6 wins is actually a lot more than what I expected, which is crazy that we didn't even come in last place in our own division. Oh man, that's actually not a good thing in my opinion, because that means we probably didn't get one of the best picks in the draft. Looks like we're gonna end up with like pick number 7, which is obviously not optimal. We also, I believe, have the Jags first round selection, and they finished with an 11-6 record. So that's not, gonna be the best first round pick in the world either. Yeah, pick 5 and pick 28, not the best. I mean, we started the season off in terrible fashion, but kind of hit a little groove, won 3 out of 4, then went on another little stinky 3-game losing streak, but then finished the season off with 3 out of 4 wins. How in the world do we finish with a top 10 offense? Was our defense that was that bad? Just not what I expected. And I'm not gonna lie, dude. These actually aren't terrible numbers from Shedeur Sanders. He did throw a lot of interceptions, but 4,700 yards, 32 touchdowns is crazy for a rookie. Like, he might even win Rookie of the Year. How we do on the ground? Okay, we definitely have to do better than this. So maybe Judkins isn't our running back of the future, but through the air, Jaden Reed, oh my god, what an addition. 106 grabs, 1,600 yards, 18 touchdowns. Like I said, sorry Jerry Jeudy, you had another spectacular season in Cleveland, but I think we found ourselves our new wide receiver 1. Now, what happened to our defense? Guys, cannot believe what my eyes are looking at right now. Asante Samuel ended up with a sack. This is nuts. 35 sacks, Miles, is a little crazy. Extremely glad that you're locked in for the next 6 seasons. Just really confused how we had one of the worst defenses in the league. This might be one of those very rare instances where we had a defensive player get MVP votes. Myles Garrett finished 6th in MVP voting, and that is an anomaly that will never happen again today, I promise you. Safe to say, that was an all-time record. But outside of the obvious, obviously, Boy Mafe, what a season. 13 sacks from him. The rookie Mason Graham ended up with 8.5, so we gladly take that. Also, I told you our signing Asante Samuel led the team with 4 picks. Which, to be fair, dude, what a start to his career, man. Shedeur led the league in passing yards. Not by much, but a little bit more than Joseph. I mean, if he can limit these turnovers, maybe he will be our QB of the future. And again, I'm kind of assuming those 35 sacks led the league only by 8. They gotta fix this, dude. This is nuts. Now, I do want to see if any of our rookies won some hardware. We already saw Patrick Mahomes won MVP. Jaden Reed, his first season as a Brown, wins Offensive Player of the Year, which means we actually finished the season with Players of the Year on both sides of the football, yet we still only won 6 games. And what about Rookie of the Year? Goes to Shedeur Sanders. Defense Rookie of the Year goes to Aladejo. I was about to say, dude, how insane would that have been if we swept all 4 of these awards? I mean, still crazy. We won 3 out of the 4, but again, still only won 6 games somehow. I have to say, though, this is pretty promising for the team's future. Now, after this insane, wonky first season, I do want to go see what everybody's overall is up to, most importantly, Shador's, which I think we improved quite a bit considering our team's up to an 85. After the 15-second player profile load-in, Shador Sanders, after his rookie season, is up to an 83. I think, my boys, we found ourselves our quarterback 1. So both Judkins and Dylan Sampson are up to 80, so at least that's a little bit promising, and Jaden Reed up to an actual 85. Got Mason Graham already up to an 84, Swinesinger up to an 81, Asante Samuel up to a 79, so at least, you know, he can be a decent cornerback 3. So, like, I'm really liking the progress. I mean, Mafe, too, up to an 80. So if we can have ourselves a solid offseason, sign some free agents, and put together a solid draft class, maybe we could compete as early as next season. Will we get an all-bird Super Bowl? And that's not good either, dude. The Jags making the AFC Conference Championship, which means they're probably going to have, what, like the 30th pick in the draft, and we have their first rounder. You know what? Anybody but the Eagles. Don't let them go back-to-back. Get Lamar and Derrick Henry their first ring, please. You hate to see it. But on the flip side, what you love to see is that cap space. Oh, which we're going to have to find a way to replace Joel Bitonio, who was by far our best offensive lineman. Oh, and what I do want to check, completely forgot. I want to see if anybody's dev trade increased. Hopefully some of those youngsters got superstar, maybe star, which Shador did, which is a massive dub. Jaden Reed up to superstar, which is even bigger dub. Yeah, the offensive line looks kind of stinky, but I'm liking what I'm seeing, boys. Okay, and the one interesting change on defense is the fact that Asante Samuel is now a superstar. Even better than our #1 corner. So much craziness has already happened, dude, and we haven't even really got a full season in yet, so I can't even begin to imagine what we're about to get into here once the offseason begins, which we have 21 players ready to renegotiate their contracts, starting with David Njoku, who for some reason has 0 interest. Christian Wilkins, too. Like, I'm not going to be too upset if he doesn't re-sign. He was just kind of a free signing last year. Greg Newsome, I definitely want him back. Literally, nobody has interest in re-signing, man. Literally, not a singular soul. Oh, we got to lock in here, boys, and we have to overpay. The first things first, David Njoku. He's 30 years old, so I'm not going to give him a huge contract. I'm just going to give him the 3-year deal. If he doesn't re-sign with this, we'll just stick with Harold Fannin. I will up the money up a little bit because we do have an abundance. Submit the offer out there into the universe, and David Njoku is going to be leaving us for free agency. So always could come back and franchise tag him, which we can afford to do so with the money that we have. But next, moving on to Christian Wilkins. Again, I'm not going to be too upset at this. I'll just give him a 1-year deal, up the money a little bit. If he doesn't re-sign, it's not the biggest deal in the world. And again, he's leaving. Now, these are the guys I'm kind of more worried about. Like, I really want to lock down Boy Mafe on a long-term deal. Was really good for us last year. So let's give him a low-risk offer and hope to God he takes it. I'll even up it a little bit more. I'll even make it a 4-year deal. Hopefully he re-signs, and he does. Our first contract extension successfully negotiated. Hopefully we can move on here and hopefully bring back Greg Newsome. Again, I'll just go with a low-risk offer, make it a 4-year deal, up the money a little bit more, and hopefully that is enough. And Jesus, Greg. Oh, that makes it even more important here that we bring in Asante Samuel. Like, we didn't get you up to superstar for nothing, buddy. No, we'll go with a very low-risk offer and even up it more. Don't let me down, Asante. I was the one to give you a chance, brother. And he is happy to sign and continue to play for this great organization. Oh, I forgot. We still have more to go, boys. We still have a lot. Tevin Jenkins, like, we don't have much offensive line help as it is, so I would gladly bring him back. If not, we're going to be screwed next year. And hey, Tevin made it simple on me. Martin Emerson, I feel like it's important now we bring him back since we lost Greg Newsome, unless I do the franchise tag on him. Again, I'll go low-risk offer, even, make it a 5-year deal, up it a little bit. And Martin's coming back, so it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if we use our franchise tag on one of these 2 guys instead of Gregory. Jerome Baker, for depth purposes, he's the lone player that actually wants to be in Cleveland. So I'll just give him the base 3-year offer, and as expected, this man is loyal. Now, Deontay Johnson, don't really care about. Ronnie Hickman, I think he's the best free safety that we have, so we probably do need to try to re-sign him. And I'll again give him a very low-risk offer. I'll even make it a 5-year deal and hope to God that's enough, which it is. Now, Joe Tryon here for depth purposes. We did get Boye Mafe to come back. I'm not going to be crazy with the money I give him, but I mean, a 77 rated edge rusher. Can't have too many edge rushers, brother. And you know what, Joseph? No hard feelings. So honestly, I really couldn't care less if we didn't re-sign these guys. So I think it all comes down to who do I want to franchise tag? David Njoku or Christian Wilkins? Which also could do the same for Greg Newsome. You know what? Let's go with David Njoku. 88 rated. If at the end of the day he doesn't want to re-sign next year, we could always trade him at the deadline. That does unfortunately mean, unless we can re-sign him in free agency, we are losing both Christian Wilkins and Gregory Newsome, which only leaves us $52 million. With that said, fellas, all hands on deck for our first free agency. So unfortunately, boys, not the greatest free agency class in the world, which actually 2 out of the top 6 highest rated free agents are players that we lost, so that's really not a good thing. I do have a little interest in George Pickens though, although he has zero interest in me. Honestly, in general, there's not that many players actually interested in joining us. Maybe Ivan Pace here. I actually think I'm gonna give him a little offer because he'd be our starting will linebacker. Let's see if we can bring in Ivan. Ooh, we don't even have his top offer. So let's be crazy here. Give him a 6-year contract. But still, we're just tied with 3 other teams. Out of the 4 other free agents that actually have interest in coming to Cleveland, I could care less about. Now, I do know we desperately need a starting center, and Ryan Kelly's sitting there. He's 33, so he wouldn't be a long-term option, but he absolutely would help us out this next season. Which again, man, my Tennessee Titans are screwing us over, so we're gonna have to give him an even bigger offer here. I mean, the thing is here, dude, I only want to offer players that can help us long-term. Like, I'm not gonna give any crazy money to old folks. Like, our Darius Washington would be a slight upgrade at free safety, so I think it's at least worth giving him an offer, which we're the only team to offer him. Now, at the same time, what about Reed Blankenship? Should I give him an offer instead? No, because my freaking Titans are outbidding us. So we'll just go after the cheaper option. Strong safety, nobody I'm interested in. Do I try to get Greg Newsome back? I mean, I'll try it. I'll give him a very low risk offer, which would probably be the last bit of money that we could actually spend, which we're tied here with the 49ers and Rams. It looks like he wants to go to California. So I'll leave that offer out there. If he doesn't accept, it's not the end of the world. And outside of that, dude, I think I'm chilling. Or am I? I could bring Wyatt Teller immediately back, let him play left guard to replace the retiring Mr. Batonio. Aw, dude, we can't afford it. I mean, I'll give him a cheap little offer, which he probably will not accept. Yeah, dude, it's just not happening. So you know what, dude? Let's do it. Greg Newsome, Ryan Kelly, Ivan Pace, or Darius Washington. I would love to get all 4. There's also a very good chance that we don't get a single one. The most important targets are Ryan and Ivan Pace. Hopefully we can land both those guys and all, but our Darius has made their decision and we didn't land a single one. Gosh dang it. Jesus, the 49ers are cooking. Ryan Kelly went to my Titans. Ivan Pace also went to the Titans. Like, goodness gracious, dude. Like, what do I even do at this point, man? I mean, maybe I just save my money, or maybe I try to get one of these older offensive lineman, Taylor here. I mean, we'd start for us immediately and we have the money, which apparently our offer wasn't good enough, but we'll bump it up a little bit, because again, it'd be a good spot starter for us the next 2 seasons, which maybe by the end of that season would be when we win the Super Bowl. And we're tied now with the Seahawks, and oh my god, again, we don't land our target. Oh, what do you know, dude? The 49ers are also trying to steal our Darius. Oh my gosh, miracles. We got, what, one of our 7 targets? I still could try to sign Trent here. Maybe he could be our saving grace. Just on a little 1-year contract, which we're again tied with a million other teams. Let's advance to the next week, see if we land them. I'm honestly not too optimistic. I wonder why. What do you know? Chose the Cardinals. The fellas, not gonna lie, after a diabolical free agency, hopefully we can make up for that with a solid draft class here. And in terms of positions that we actually need to target in the draft, obviously the entire left side of the offensive line is diabolical, so maybe need to draft 3, maybe even 4 offensive linemen. Because for now, at least, I feel like we're okay at skill positions. Like, I don't think we really need another wide receiver for now, at least not as a priority. We're good at quarterback. I think we're good at running back. In defense, maybe, you know, better outside linebacker, another corner, maybe a free safety, but I think we're okay here. Looking at the number 1 position that we are targeting in this draft is the left side of this offensive line. So here goes nothing, brother. Hold on a second, dude. Hold on a freaking second. When did we end up with the 8th pick? I thought it said we had 5 earlier. And on the board, dude, gosh dang it, man. There's 2 huge left tackles. I'm sure could be our franchise guy, but don't think he's going to make it to us, unfortunately. Maybe this right tackle, Adrian Campa, could use another star cornerback after losing Greg Newsome in free agency, so maybe we go after one of these two. Oh, it just sucks, man. Just sucks we don't have our chance to get one of these left tackles, because that is by far our biggest need. May I say that? Maybe Roger gives me good news here, and they got passed up on. I don't think so. That's got to be an offensive lineman. Yep, dude. Gosh dang it. Rams, please, don't take the left tackle. I think I already saw. They took the left tackle. Screw it. Go ahead and simulate to our pick and hope somebody with some talent falls to pick 8. A running back went 4? And of course, both those cornerbacks went. Now, we also might just be in the territory where we need to trade down. Absolutely not taking this quarterback here. It's just not happening. Adrian Campa, are you good enough here? I mean, he had a mid-combine. He just has kind of mid-traits. After further review and after further analysis of a lot of these prospects, I've made the ultimate decision to go ahead and trade down. Hopefully, there's some good offers here. Something better than what the Texans sent me. Like Seattle here offered me to drop back 13 picks for an extra 2nd, 3rd, and 5th for next year. Washington offered me an extra 1st to drop back like 20 picks. Gotta be something to blow me away here. Like, I would be willing to take the Packers offer here and pick up an extra 2nd rounder if I can get a decent pick for 2027. It's officially time to try and manually cook up a trade here, boys. Like I said, I want their 1st, I want their 2nd, and then maybe a 2nd from 2027. Trade is declined, but we are getting somewhere. What if we threw in our 7th rounder from this year and the trade still declined? What about our 7th and we have a 5th from 2027? Submit this through, and we officially drop back around 16 spots and we pick up a 2nd from this year and a 2nd from next year. So after that, hopefully there's still some decent talent here at the end of the 1st round. Now, I know I desperately need a center, and Tavares Callahan is the only one that looks like he's worth taking. He has 3 A's right off the rip. 39 reps of the bench press, brother. Absolutely, we're taking Tavares here. Hopefully, can be our center of the rebuild. Give me good news, Roger. He comes in as the 22nd ranked player. Got him at 24, so pretty decent value. Most importantly, he comes in with hidden dev trait, W. So what are the odds we can hit onto back-to-back massive picks in the 1st round? Like I said, I'm not really worried about wide receiver. I'm kind of hoping we can get our left tackle of the future. There's really only 4 guys to choose from. Everybody else is garbage. So hopefully one of these guys look like they're worth it. Honestly, the one that I'm kind of drawing my eye to is old Robbie Foley here out of Wisconsin. I mean, he is only a projected 2nd to 3rd round pick, but again, brother, he came in with 39 reps of the bench press, and we all know strength is massively correlated to offensive linemen's overalls. He's also even one of the fastest at the combine, and you look at his skills, he has A awareness, A impact blocking, brother. He has 4 A's right off the rip. 5 A's, actually. I can't even count him. I hit him from Alabama. So I think I'm going to be spontaneous here. Take Robbie Foley out of Wisconsin, maybe a little undersized for an offensive tackle, but you always know those hog mollies from Wisconsin turn into studs. I just jumped the gun. He's projected 2nd and 3rd round pick, huh? He's not going to be good. He's not going to be good. He's going to be incredible. We just got the 6th best player in the entire draft. Got him at 29. And he also comes in with hidden dev, brother. I think we got ourselves an absolute freaking gem. Oh, brother, what a start. What a start to this draft. And we still have plenty more picks to go. So 2 more selections here in the 2nd round, starting with pick number 40. Hopefully, we can continue to cook here. Now, I did tell you guys we needed a replacement for Greg Newsome, and Trey Edwards by far looks like the best cornerback on the board. Ran a 4.41, had the best 3-cone. I actually ran a 4.34 at his pro day. I mean, some of these traits leave a little bit to be desired, but by far the best cornerback left on the board. If anybody's going to be a hit, it's going to be him. Trey Edwards is going to come in as the 14th ranked player, and we got him at 40. Also comes in with hidden development trait, which is massive. Not gonna lie, boys, we are on quite the insanity run right now. I mean, we're eventually gonna screw up with our picks, like it's just gonna happen, but hopefully we can keep this Mickey Mouse run alive, at least one more selection. Oh, I told you guys we needed guard, and like it would be perfect if one of these guys were good. I just don't know. I need to do some scouting. This guy has an A awareness. I mean, this Buchanan guy looks kind of nice, has a bunch of A's, but so does Jamichael Allen. Let's check out your combine, Jamichael. He, again, 39 reps of the bench press. Like, did somebody distribute steroids to this offensive line class? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I might just jump the gun again, dude. Like, it worked the first 2 picks. 39 reps of the bench press seems to be quite the feat. So without looking at anything else, I'm taking him in the 2nd round. Day 3 pick. I hope to God it was worth it. Again, Roger Goodell's for some reason out here grinding picks in the second round. You can go home, Roger. And unfortunately, not an incredible pick, but you literally can't get any more dead on in true value. Most importantly, does he have a hidden development trait? Yes, he does. We continue to hit. He's a big boy. The run has got to end eventually, though, right? Which hopefully not, so we have 3 more picks here in the third round. Now, since we've kind of covered the base of offensive line, I think one of my next biggest needs was defensive tackle. I honestly might just go check to see who is the strongest. Who repped the bench press 39 times? This Paul Thompson fella. He's a potential undrafted free agent, though. There's no way, right? Now, I'll also say, this Dion Greenfield guy seems too good to be true. He literally doesn't have a single bad attribute. He has B's across the board, A play rec, C power move, A tackle. He is a projected undrafted free agent though, which does kind of worry me a little bit. I don't know. I might take him with the 4th round pick if he's still there. In the meantime, let's look at these remaining safeties, because I would definitely like to add somebody young back there that could develop into a beast. And this Kelvin Beasley guy doesn't look too good, but how about Parker Gordon here? Maybe the most overall athletic safety in the entire class. Comes in with A awareness, B hit power. I don't see a single attribute under C, so why not, dude? If we're gonna take a safety, he's definitely the best one left on the board. Parker Gordon, don't be a letdown. Keep the streak alive. He comes in 31st true value? Oh my god, let's keep it going. Hidden development again. Let's go. This is crazy, dude. Like, this might be one of the best drafts I've ever put together. Let's keep it alive, boys. Let's keep it alive. Let's keep it going here with the 74th selection. I'm glad I took them. So I'm just now noticing there was a crazy run on free safeties there. While we're at it, dude, what about strong safeties? Anybody good? Rakeem Admudson, are you a solid safety? Are you worth a selection? I mean, he's strong, but his attributes don't look good. It's a no-go for Rakeem. But honestly, might look for speed at the wide receiver position here. Just draft literally the fastest. Julian Brooks here, who ran a 4.27 40. I mean, he's fast, but everything else kind of sucks. I mean, he's probably going to have like 96, 97, 98 speed. And Julian is going to come in as not, you know, the worst stinker in the world. Only normal dev, but we will absolutely take that 98 speed with 99 excel, 98 agility, and 98 change of direction. So kind of our first real stinker, although he was fast, so I'm not too mad at the pick. Hopefully, though, we can get back to our ways here with our last pick in the 3rd round. I honestly might go ahead and go after one of those defensive tackles I was looking at. I know Greenfield was the fella I was kind of eyeing. He didn't, you know, have the best combine in the world, but can you really argue with these core attributes? Like, nothing under a C? Like, screw what he's projected at. Dion Greenfield is going to be my last pick in the 3rd round, and he is going to come in as the 38th ranked player in true value. Got him at 94. I told you guys, even though he's normal dev, which it was definitely a letdown, sometimes you just have to go with your gut. No way we keep it alive here in the 4th round. There's no chance. I've just noticed in Madden 26, like, the drafts, they dry out really fast. It's like after the first 3 rounds, pretty much everybody left is projected undrafted free agent. I do need strong safety help, and Will White's just sitting here as a projected 3rd to 4th round player, but with him falling, that means he probably sucks. As A hit power, A block sheddings, like maybe he should be a defensive end. Will White from Ohio State, you're gonna be a selection. Just don't be a complete stinker, please. Oh god, look away. Let's just forget this happened. Oh, now I don't get to pick until round 7. The perfect opportunity to draft ourselves a kicker or punter. Wait, it's gotta be this Brian Beckett guy, right? A awareness, A kick accuracy. We don't see his kick power rating, but like you can't go wrong with that. I mean, that's all that matters for a kicker. Hopefully my intuition is correct here. Brian Beckett is the selection, and he is going to come in as the 4th best player in the entire draft, dude. Hidden Dev 2, I think safe to say another gym. I think that was a banger draft class, dude. I'm excited to go see what their overalls are. Here we have it, brother. Moment of truth. And that is insane. Oh my god. Kind of skewed because there's a bunch of top 3 round picks, but literally just one stinker. Even that wide receiver wasn't that bad coming in at 70 overall. I mean, maybe no real generational players or anything, but when you have 9 draft picks and 8 of them are 70 overall or above, I'm pretty certain that qualifies as a A+ draft. So finally in the next season, taking a quick look at our offense. Outside of the young offensive line, I don't really hate it. As long as they can progress rest, I think will actually be a pretty solid unit. Only thing is though, when it comes to the running back position in Madden franchise, like if you're not like a 90 plus rated, you're just not gonna have a good season. It's just how it goes in simulation, so our running game might suck again. But with the weapons that we have on offense, I think Shedeur should cook again. In defense too, even though we lost a few of our starters from a season ago, you know, as long as Myles Garrett can replicate last year, we should be fine. Before we do start season 2 though, I do want to look into making a few moves. Always got to scour the free agent market, and our punter that we lost is still there, so I might as well just go ahead and sign him up. You thought you could get away, buddy. Now let's see if we can improve this team through a few trades. Wonder if there's any way we can improve it right tackle. Also, Sam linebacker is another position I would love to improve. Now I know we just signed our Darius Washington, but since we have that young guy behind him, I think I want Parker Gordon to start. We're gonna take a cap penalty if we trade him, but I might see if we can use him to get a better right tackle or Sam. Also, maybe we can ship on Cedric Tillman and maybe Malik Collins so Greenfield can get in there, get some playing time. So what would this package give us? Nothing too impressive. Ideally looking for like an 80 to 83 rated right tackle that's in his early to mid 20s that can slowly progress alongside our team. It's not going to be easy though, so we're going to have to pick and choose. Armand Mimbu, what is going to be your price? Does this have a possibility? Not even freaking close. So I'm not going to lie, brother, that was a little discouraging. What about Fuaga here from the Saints? Okay, that's a little bit more like it. What about Troy from the Steelers? Okay, that's a lot more like it. So if we throw in some of our late draft picks, is that going to be enough? Our new right tackle officially secured. So now maybe we can trade away Jack Conklin to bring in a new Sam linebacker. Leo is the best one by far, but it's just not going to be possible. They have negative cap room. I mean, my God, dude, is there any other Sam linebacker over 80? I mean, Henry To'o here from the Texans, 77 overall. I think he's the second highest rated at the position in the entire game, so maybe we try this. Maybe also try to get a draft pick back. Try to get a couple fourths, see what happens. It's decline. What if we took them out straight up? It's in the green. What if we threw in the Sam that we currently have? Trade was accepted. Now, before we get this season going, a few more moves that we do need to make. We don't really have much depth at running back, but I would prefer to add ourselves a good veteran option. Like, you know what? Why not? Why not bring Jerome Ford back? He knows the city. He'll be a good running back 3. And also, I do know we need a veteran option at the quarterback position. Ideally, we look for mentors to help the younger guys at that position progress a little bit faster. So, Jimmy G, welcome to Cleveland. I think the squad's ready, boys. I think they're ready for season number 2. Hopefully this offensive line can progress enough to at least be competitive. Again, I'm not expecting like way too much this season. I just want to see improvement. So if we can win like, let's say 8 games. If we win 8 games or more, I think that is a massive success. Well, boys, safe to say, did not expect 12-5. Won the freaking AFC North, one of the toughest divisions in football. What in the world? I gotta do some deep dive analysis. How in the world did this just happen, fellas? After getting annihilated in week 1, our defense came up huge in week 2 and started off a pretty good run up until week 8 when we lost to the Ravens again. Actually lost 3 in a row, but then finished the season with what, 7, 8, 9 consecutive wins? 8 wins to cap off the season is insane, dude. They blowout against the Steelers, who normally have a really good defense. We scored freaking 50 points. There's no way, right? There's no way we go on a legitimate run in just 2 seasons. I mean, we got the freaking 2 seed, so maybe. Finished with a top 10 offense, which we will absolutely take. Our defense, though, finished number 1 in the league. What a freaking turnaround. I mean, if Myles Garrett had 35 sacks in the league's 24th best defense, did he have 50 this year? Shedeur with very similar numbers compared to last year. At least he's limited the turnovers a little bit. One thing that is standing out is the fact he's getting sacked 62 times this season. That is unacceptable, big boys. I'm surprised he's still alive. Did our running game improve at all? No. Why is Shedeur Sanders getting as many carries as Judkins? That is insane. Like, somehow that's got to be fixed, dude. We're only carrying the ball 150 times a year. That's nuts. But through the air again, Jerry Jeudy this time, 1,600 yards, 17 touchdowns. You know, Jaden Reed still putting up great numbers. Isaiah Bond coming out of nowhere, 903 yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean, David Njoku on his franchise tag didn't put up the greatest of numbers, so maybe we just don't waste our money and re-sign him this offseason. Man, the passing game of this offense is crazy. What about the defense? What about Myles Garrett? 33 sacks, dude. This is crazy. Something is broken. This is so insane, dude. Outside of that, Mafe again, 12.5 sacks. Mason Graham was 7. Michael Hall with 5.5. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like any of our rookies did anything. Myles Garrett this time came top 5 in the MVP race. Like, imagine we actually have a defensive player win it today. Coach of the Year. Ooh, we got robbed. So second straight year, we have a receiver win Offensive Player of the Year. And second straight year, we won both Offensive and Defensive Player of the Year. Unfortunately, no Offensive Rookie of the Year this time around, nor do we have a defensive one. Although Trey Edwards did come in 5th. Now, before we start the playoff run, I am kind of excited here to see how much everybody progressed here in Season 2. I mean, not too shabby, boys. Team is up to an 88 across the board. Shador's slowly approaching 90. Judkins up to an 85. Judy also almost up to a 90. Same thing with Jaden Reed. I will say the offensive line didn't progress as much as I wanted to. You know, it might have something to do with those 62 sacks allowed. But I am very encouraged that this left tackle that we drafted started as a superstar. What about on defense, though? We did have Gordon also started as a superstar, so that's huge. Mason Graham slowly but surely approaching 90. Same thing with Swinesinger. I mean, like, I think we have a team that if they play their A game in the playoffs, has a chance to go ahead and go on a Super Bowl run. Here we go, fellas. After all that, surely we don't get first rounded. I mean, we just beat the Bills 2 weeks ago, man. And we're going to do it again here. First round of the playoffs in our first playoff game of the rebuild. We're not going to lose this one at home. We're going to make the Browns fans smile. They deserve it at this point. Huh? Hold on a second, brother. Hold on. What on God's green earth? 62-21. I don't know if I've ever seen 60 points put up in a simulation before. I mean, Shador went off 350 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, which is key. Judkins, 19.4 yards per carry, 4 touchdowns. You crazy, crazy man. Imagine if we actually gave him a decent amount of carries. He also put up 999 yards, 2 touchdowns through the air. Jesus Christ, brother. 6 total touchdown performance. That is iconic. Can you do it again, man? Here against the 3 seed Jags. Once again, we get this game at home to advance into the AFC Conference Championship. Even if we do lose here, boys, at least this does give me a little bit of hope that if we have another big offseason, we can legitimately compete in year number 3. But hopefully, right here, we get it done. We have to beat the 12-5 Jags. We had a big overall difference, so you never know. We come out 24-19. We do it again. Definitely a little bit closer this time around, but we get the dub in a very, very even matchup. Shador, again, has yet to throw an interception, having an incredible playoff run. Judkins definitely not, you know, as effective as last game, but effective enough to help lead us to another playoff victory. Jerry Jeudy, massive, massive game. Oh my God, fellas, literally 1 win away. 1 win away from the Super Bowl. And if we do win, it's going to be either against the 1 seed Eagles or the 2 seed Bears. And hopefully it wouldn't be the Eagles, boys, because they are trying to three-peat. We're going to have to find a way to take down the 1 seed Chargers, though. You know what, brother? Let's make it more dramatic. Let's go ahead and jump into the conference championship game and hopefully get to witness a first ever Cleveland Browns Super Bowl appearance. Oh, God, boys. All comes down to this. Can we get it done? One more playoff matchup. Early on, not looking good. Big first down pickup. Let's go, Jerry. Unfortunately, it leads into a sack, which, you know, wasn't the most uncommon appearance in the regular season. Let's make up for it, though. Big gain here. 8 yards to Bond. A penalty from the rookie left tackle. We're going to have to punt. Not the start we were really looking for. Defense, please, we need you. Don't allow any points. I beg that they're in field goal range. You're going to score a touchdown. It's about to be 7-0 Chargers, huh? Gosh, dang it, not good. Oh, another sack, dude. This is not good at all, man. I mean, another sack. This is the same offense that just put up 60 points on the Bills. Got to punch this in for a touchdown, though. Keep it rolling, brother. 30 seconds to go in the half. We have got to score. 1st and goal. Oh, God. 1 second left, and we had to settle for a field goal. Oh, God, dude. So it's all going to come down to the second half. Our defense is going to have to come up clutch here. Crazy this has turned into such a defensive matchup, man. And again, we force a punt. Gotta have a touchdown drive here, boys. Biggest drive of your freaking lives. Another sack allowed. Sets up for a 2nd and 19. Need 13 yards here, and we don't get it. What has happened to our offense, man? Oh my God, Denzel Ward, you beautiful specimen. Holy crap, dude, that gives us the football in plus territory. 1st and goal, have got to punch this in. Come on now. 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Jerry Jeudy. Let's go. Oh my God, here we go, boys. Literally 1 stop away from bringing the Browns to a Super Bowl appearance in just 2 seasons. Have got to get a stop here, though. A minute left to go. 4th down and 8. Gotta be great. The biggest button press of the video yet. A stop here, and the Browns are headed to the Super Bowl. 3, 2, 1. Bang! Unless something crazy happens here, boys, we are headed to the Super Bowl, one of the ugliest games we have seen all season long. A far cry from the 60-something points we put up a few weeks ago, but at the end of the day, our defense made plays when they had to, and the offense capitalized. I can't believe it, boys. We're headed to the Super Bowl. Just please tell me we get to avoid the Eagles. Please, dear God, give me the Bears. Give me the Bears. Give me the Bears. Manifestation, speak it into existence, zodiac sign, astrology. Oh, that stuff is a load of crap. 35-24. Like the Eagles are going for a freaking three-peat against me, man. Goodness, dude. I never in a million years expected to make it this far in just 2 seasons. But now that we've made it this far, we just can't lose. Is this going to be the team, man? Is this going to be the team to bring the Browns their first ever Super Bowl? Like, if that's the case, dude, maybe they do need to start Shador in real life. I was totally planning on trading him after the first year. I didn't think it was going to be good. But defense, we're going to need you. We're going to need you for all 4 quarters here if we want any chance at winning. They have a 95 overall offense. They are the underdogs, boys. But when are the Browns not? No pressure, boys. No freaking pressure. Lock in, Shador! I'm gonna need everybody on the team to have the greatest game of their entire lives collectively here. Taking into account what happened last game, if they score here, we might be outscored, man. Oh, God, 1st and goal. Penalty from Mafe. Just gonna push into the end zone. God dang it. We go 3 and out in 3 consecutive plays. Goodness gracious. They score, it's over. If they score, it is over. Oh, my God, we can't stop them. Wait! Carson? He might have just saved us. Carson, you beautiful human being. We pick up the first down. We have momentum now. Let's tie this ball game up 3rd and 6. 1st down and 10. Keep moving that pigskin. 4th and 9. Oh, what do you know? Another low-scoring game, brother. 2-minute warning, and we get off the field for once. Thank God. But can we go 80 yards in a minute? Hope to God. No, we're going backwards. Like, who even is this? We're going to go in a halftime without even scoring a singular point. I told you guys we were already outscored. We do get the ball to open up the second half. Maybe this is a start of new beginnings. Slowly but surely, moving this freaking pigskin. Touchdown to Jerry Jeudy. Tied up. 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Defense, we need you here. Big stop. A big interception. Fumble return for a touchdown, something like that. As I say that, the Eagles are in field goal range as they're about to go on top by another touchdown. Dallas Goedert, I hate you. Oh my God, we need our offense to come up huge here, brother. Can we go back-to-back touchdown drives? Got 7 yards when we needed it the most. Thank you, Shador. As we head into the 4th quarter, we do, with a big play to Isaiah Bond, have the ball in plus territory. 3rd and 6. We're going to have to settle. Oh! We just went for it on 4th down when I thought we were going to settle for a field goal. And Jerry Jeudy is having a generational Super Bowl performance as we notch things up in the Super Bowl with 4 minutes remaining. We need our defense to get the biggest stop of their freaking lives. And boy, Mafe coming up massive. 3rd and 15. Have got to get a stop. Oh no, 14 yards is a 4th and inches. What are the Eagles going to do? Please tell me they punt the football and don't push. I beg. They punted the football. We now have 3 minutes to go down the field and bring the Cleveland Browns their first Super Bowl in franchise history. We need a legendary drive, though, as it looks like, oh my God, I totally thought we were about to punt. David Njoku, we franchise tagged him, and he's showing us exactly why. Coming up in big moments, as veterans do. 2nd and 7, right before the 2-minute warning, we get another 14 yards to Isaiah Bond. Keep it freaking rolling, brother, as we have a 2nd down and 10. A minute 51 on the clock. A big play to Jaden Reed as we are now in field goal range. Can we now start to chew the clock? Stop. Don't score. Make them chew their timeouts. 18 yards to go. We pick up 7 yards on a rush. Now the Eagles are using their timeouts as 2nd and goal from the 1. Honestly, if we're smart here, we're just going to need the ball and kick a field goal to win. I don't know what the CPU is going to do here. I have no say. And they score a touchdown with 54 seconds remaining. It all comes down to this entire rebuild. Can we pull off one of the biggest miracles in channel history and bring the biggest laughingstock in NFL history to a Super Bowl in just 2 seasons. No shot, right? They cannot go 70 yards in 50 seconds with no timeouts. Play 1, going nowhere. Play 2, going somewhere, but not far enough. 37 seconds remain. 4th and inches. Biggest button press in Cleveland Browns history. Don't do it to me. Don't do it to me. Not like this. They get the first down, but it all comes down to this, boys. 3 seconds left. They have got to score in a Hail Mary. If they don't, rebuild is complete. Oh, this is crazy, dude. This is crazy. I can't tell you the last time we did a rebuild. We won the Super Bowl in 2 years, much less with the freaking Browns, dude. Like, look where we started at. Are we going to finish the job and bring the Cleveland Browns a Super Bowl? Or are the Eagles about to pull off one of the most insane plays in the history of professional sports? Here goes nothing. We win! 21-14. We have completed the impossible task. In just 2 seasons, we bring the Browns to their first Super Bowl in franchise history. It was never pretty, boys, but it was effective. I mean, I don't know if you guys are a believer, but like, you see the jersey I'm wearing. Maybe the Browns should just go ahead, do the inevitable, make Shador their starter. Because if they do that, man, franchise might just be on the up. Now, hopefully you enjoyed that insane rebuild. And if you did, you can click right here to watch another one where I rebuild my Tennessee Titans. Which, it's embarrassing to say, it was a lot harder than it was with the Browns here.